How you doing, Andy?
How you doing, mate? You
Nice
right?
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming down.
No worries.
In this beauty as well.
Yeah.
Toyota Celica.
Yep, it is.
What is it? GT4 205? Do you call it?
It's
ST 205?
Yeah, GT4 ST205, and this is a Gen 6.
Gen 6.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 6 versions of the Celica, you mean, yeah?
There's actually 7, but
7. Okay.
yeah, this is the second to last.
Right. This is obviously a special Celica, isn't it?
You could say that.
Is this
yeah.
the one that was in the rally in? And...
It was actually the one that was banned from the rally.
Okay. And do you want to go over, because you was explaining to me why it got banned as well? I never knew.
Okay, well, I don't know all the technical ins and outs, but they basically had like a restrictor in the turbos with the WRC. It was something like that.
Yeah.
And Toyota had made it in such a way that when you took the turbo off, this restrictor seemed to be all well and good, but when you actually bolted the turbo up, it would squash and it would open, giving them an extra 50 brake.
Wow.
So it's one of those things. Technically it wasn't in the rule book, so they didn't cheat because it wasn't in the rules, but yeah, scrutineering eventually found out. I think somebody blew the whistle on them.
And they got banned for that reason.
They did. I can't remember how many. I think it was 4 years, but don't hold me to that. There is YouTube videos that explains all about it.
And this car was like killing it before the Subarus and the Evos and stuff like that?
It was doing the business. The ST185, the one before this,
yeah,
they always did very well. Even the ST165, the one before that, did very well. So
and then after they came in with the Corolla, yeah?
Yeah, after the ban, obviously that paved the way for the Scooby to shine. And by the time the ban was up, the Corolla was about, so yeah.
Bit of history there, lads.
A little bit.
I didn't even know that this was running the power that you said it is. So you say it's roughly around 500 horsepower?
It's 500 or more, yeah. We need to get it properly tested, but it's running just 1 bhp under 400 at 1 bar of pressure, and it's mapped for 1.8. So yeah, we're expecting this 500 plus basically.
And these do come with a permanent 4-drive system from factory, yeah?
Yeah, they do, but we don't have all the brains. It's diffs, transfer box, and prop shaft, and that's it. No computers.
Right, and do you know what the power distribution is? Is it like 50-50 or is it more
I believe it's 50-50. If it's not, it may be 60-40.
What is this in stock form, just for people that are unaware? Like the stock spec, sorry.
Stock spec on an import like this, it was 255 bhp from stock.
Okay, and then what do you know, the 0-60s and top speed and stuff?
I don't know the 0-60 and top speed.
I think it was around the 6 seconds mark.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is running almost double the horsepower, double the horsepower.
It is, yeah, pretty much.
Right. So how have you managed to get that kind of power out of it?
Well, it's been a long, hard road, but this one is actually what's known as a 5S GTE engine.
Okay.
So yeah, you take the 3S GTE engine, and
which is
the original engine. That's the engine code for this.
Okay.
And you take the bottom end of a 2.2 Camry,
right,
which is nice and solid, can take the boost, and yeah, you strap them together. There was a lot of modifications,
and with that, it makes the car a lot stronger. Yeah.
A lot stronger. It prevents you. One of the things, even with forging the standard engines on this, is you still have to be careful with your boost in a way, because you can crack a cylinder, which I can say I have done.
Yeah, you said you've gone through how many engines?
We've been through a few.
For 12 years you've had it as well?
Over 12 years.
Yeah. What is ECU situation and tuning like? Has it got a standalone ECU?
It has got a standalone. Some people they're very rare, but an Apexi handheld unit which links into the original ECU, which can give you a bit more oomph. Yeah. But generally Toyota lock them, so you can't map them.
Okay.
So you need to go standalone ECU.
So, but don't they lock? Don't all ECUs like kind of get locked?
They do kind of, but I think it was more the case with this one. I don't know if it's true. One of those rumours. I've been told that basically if you bought the car, gave it a map, it was then starting to contend with the Supras. So obviously, who's going to buy the flagship model when you can
a smaller lighter?
Yeah. So they locked them down.
Yeah. These are actually not the lightest though, are they? Because obviously it's got the 4-drive system.
They're not. Think of roughly around 14-30 as standard kilos.
Depending on how you spec them, obviously, right?
Yeah, but to be fair, I like that. I like a bit of weight to throw about.
What is it like for handling? Is it any good?
They are good. They are fantastic cars. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, but yeah.
Not that you've owned it for 12 years.
Well, no, not that either. But yeah, no. As standard cars, they're really nice. They're a little bit more wallowy. You can throw them about a bit, but this has had the poly bush and the BC coilover conversion.
how old are these cars? Are they like 20, 30 years old now? Or
Yeah,
are they
this
now?
one, she's a 96, so
96.
she's what, 23 now?
23.
So excuse my maths.
So why is it you're in this car? Is there like some childhood? Did you like it as a...
I did.
When
Yeah, played a lot of Sega Rally when I
There
was
you go.
younger, and it was actually a lot to do with my best friend. He was looking at getting one, and I didn't even know what they were at the time.
Okay.
Other than obviously Sega Rally, didn't really know anything about
See,
them.
Sega Rally, this is exactly what
Everyone,
I've said.
it always
Sega
comes
Rally,
back
man.
to Sega Rally.
Sega Rally, I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
So he showed me what they were, and when my first car died, which I kind of killed it a bit,
Which was what car was that then?
had an E30 325 BMW. I looked into it, did an insurance quote. It was like 1,200 quid a year as a Jap import,
Not bad.
and I made sure I told them that. But then when I actually bought the car and phoned up to insure it, they said you didn't tell us it was an import, and they doubled it.
Wow.
And
Just like
luckily,
that?
yeah, and no one else would cover me. I thought I'd bought a car that I couldn't drive. Luckily, I remembered that I'd printed off this quote because I'd done the quote online before I phoned them,
Yeah.
and they had to honour it in the end. So yeah,
So there was actually a limited edition one of these as well, like a WRC version, yeah?
yeah, there
Road
was.
legal.
Yeah, there was the WRC. It had other little bits, different manifold, had sort of like a water injection system, and it had the bigger spoiler, which we've got on this one now. Was where I used to have the 3-post on it.
Okay, man, I absolutely love the look of this thing, man.
Oh,
And
cheers.
It's really clean as well, and you say this is the original paint as well.
Yeah, other than obviously it's had little bits where obviously the front was changed, the lip was put on, the side skirts, the spoiler, but yeah, it is pretty much on our
glows.
original paint.
Was it 5-speed manual?
It is a 5-speed manual, yeah.
Uprated clutch, diffs or anything like that?
Yeah, the diffs are standards. They over-engineered the whole car, so everything can support quite a lot of power without
Yeah.
braking stuff.
Okay.
But we were having trouble with the clutch on this 5S build, so my mechanic took the crank out, sent it to Japan to RS Geeken, and they developed a clutch especially for this engine build,
Oh wow.
and that's now a Shell Phaeton. So
Okay, because they did development with your car, you saying that
Yeah.
sooner as well.
yeah,
So-
at the time this 5S GT conversion was done, there was probably only a couple of others around in
Yeah.
the country.
Okay, Andy, should we take it out for a spin?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's go, champ. Sega Rally time.
Yeah.
Man, these are like Sega Rally buttons in here, aren't they? You've got this, what's this? What are these switches? And not running meth or anything, are you?
Yeah,
You are, yeah?
yeah, got water meth.
Now?
Yeah, and it's not on now, but I've got the
Yeah.
switch down here.
So is it just for a cooling aid or?
Yeah, we're using it as protection rather than to make boost.
5-speed, is the gearbox had any work done to it? Or
It hasn't, no, still standard gearbox.
Ever had an issue with it?
I had one issue, but it was more to do with it was a part that wasn't right. It was meant to be a short shifter,
Yeah.
and it was just nicking fifth, decided to give it some with an MR2,
Right.
and it just decided it didn't want to be in fifth gear anymore. I didn't know till my mechanic said, you can take the wheel off and there's a cap on the end of the gearbox, and you can undo it and you can get to fifth gear and fifth gear only.
I think I was reading as well, the brakes are from the Toyota Supra, aren't they, on there?
I'm not sure whether they were from the Supra or not, but they are, as a standard set of brakes, they are awesome. They're massive.
Yeah, you were saying earlier that first and second is a bit temperamental, like the ECU kind of holds it back a bit.
It holds it back, but to be honest, I don't mind holding back all that boost on first and second,
Yeah, exactly.
because if you get that launch right, you need to be quick through those gears. So
And what does it actually rev to?
it does go up to 6.5. It's like the rev range is slightly different because obviously we've got the engine conversion.
So since having that Camry, what engine you say you had?
It is, yeah, the Toyota Camry.
Has the engine been fine since then?
Absolutely solid, and my mechanic's looking to push, 6, 7s, maybe more. I think the Americans use them a lot in a lot of their Toyota engines to make them strong. You can buy the blocks from Toyota new, but they won't sell them to anyone outside the US, and we don't know why. They won't give a reason, but
Interesting.
so the blocks aren't exactly easy to get hold of in the first place.
The race, anything interesting in it?
She seems to have a thing with Lamborghinis. She don't like them. Depending on which Lamborghini obviously you come up against, she's either got them or she won't be left looking stupid. The only thing I haven't had a chance to have a pop at yet, which I've wanted to for a long time, is a Ferrari.
Sega Rally, yo!
So I forgot to tell you about the screamer pipe as well.
Oh yeah, screamer pipe, yeah, it's
So,
gonna sound insane, isn't it? Oh, the brakes, they're strong, aren't they?
Yeah, considering they're fairly standard, yeah.
Do you have to have a screamer pipe for this, or?
You don't have to, and mine goes out to atmosphere. There's a lot of people say, oh, it's better to reroute it back into the exhaust, stuff like that, but we went to atmosphere.
Where is it coming out? Is it coming out?
Directly down from the down
it's going
pipe.
to the ground, yeah?
Yeah, straight to the ground.
Man, it sounds epic, man. You can't beat that old school. No way. Yeah, that picks up nicely. Pretty progressive though, isn't it?
It is, and then
Smooth, like.
Yeah, and then when you hit the full whack, I mean, we can turn the MEF on and see what she's saying as well.
Yeah, the car feels good, man. It's stable.
To be fair, it is solid. You know, she's all polybush with the coilovers, but they're good as standard.
Yeah, and the ride feels nice on the road as well. Obviously, it's a pretty old car. You can hear a couple of little squeaks.
Yeah.
A couple of little noises. How much did you pay for the car?
It was advertised in 2007 for $5,500.
Right.
And me and my mate took cash and he knocked him down and we got it for $4,250.
Wow. And how much are these worth now?
The sort of cleaner ones are getting up to like 10 grand now.
Okay.
So yeah, the price is really starting to creep up in them now.
So what's it like driving around today? Is it a car that gets a lot of attention? Is everyone always looking? Or?
It does, but after 12 years, I must admit, you do get used to it. But then if, like, say the missus has been driving it, she then notices the attention you get, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then when I get into a normal car, I then realise that all of a sudden I'm invisible and it's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
So let's get this.
Yeah, the gears are long, aren't they?
Yeah, very long.
Oh, very long gears. Pride and joy, Andy, but
no worries.
The gearbox is feels really light, doesn't it?
It's very light, and you can almost leave like a bit of rev on when you're going up as well.
Yeah.
And it can make the transition a bit smoother. You just hear the noise.
Yeah.
That is the characteristics of the clutch. It does do that.
And what do? Do you over rev it when you upshift as well? Or?
I keep a bit on. I never really fully take mine off.
That is crazy. It feels really tied down to the road as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're very
not
solid.
Really like pushing it, but you can feel it.
Yeah, you've just got to tell her what to do, and generally she'll do it.
At 4.5, it comes in strong.
Yeah, which is about right for a big turbo on a Jap car.
And what turbos on it? Sorry, did you even mention?
No, it's the Garrett GT30X.
To drive these old school cars, man. I've had a lot of older Japanese cars. I'm just trying to switch it up for the channel. You see yourself getting rid of it?
No, it's not going to happen.
It's a lifer, yeah? I'm doing the sentence with you, yeah?
It's something like that. The missus will hate me for saying it, but I have always said I'll either be buried in the car or I'll be upside down in a field on fire in the car. So it's, you know.
Yeah, okay, Andy, I think may as well end the video there, man. No, I appreciate for letting me drive it as well.
No worries. Cool. It's a shame, like I said, you can't. We'll have to get you on the motorway when we get another chance.
Yeah, well, I said, guys, like, should we hit a dual but I don't know, man. I think you get more sensation of speed when you're in an open straight. You can be in anything.
Yeah.
And they just don't feel as fast.
Yeah, it's better to demo on roads like this, but to get the full experience of what she can do, you need the space.
No, the car's quick, man. Don't get me wrong, the car is very quick. But yeah, as you said, bit of concentration on driving it.
Yeah, you can't. It isn't like, and especially with this clutch, it's yeah. She's not a normal car to drive.
Want to plug any social media?
No, just literally just plug Martin Kingston at MK Autos.
Yeah.
for everything he's done for the car, developing, and made a great friend as well. To be fair, doing it. Yeah. And late night graphics by Skewer, Mook, Graham K at skewer.co.uk. Does all the stickering and everything. So.
Okay. Good kid, man. Guys, as always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.